This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
At the time of this writing, in January 2017, Stephen King has published 49 novels, plus 7 as Richard Bachman, 11 short stories or novella collections, 8 nonfiction books, 1 original screenplay, and a number of ebooks and limited editions. In addition, his work has so far spawned 38 theatrical films adapted from his writing, along with a number of sequels that, besides their connection to the original feature, have nothing to do with King, and 20 small-screen adaptations, encompassing TV movies, miniseries, episodes within anthologies, and 3 long-running dramas. Excluding sequels, there have been 58 adaptations of his work since Brian De Palma's Carrie in 1976. These adaptations span both the big and small screen over a period of more than 40 years. In addition, King has written 4 original screenplays for film or TV. Almost all these adaptations are connected to the horror genre in some way, although not all are horror. In some cases, the connection comes through the content. For example, storylines and/or visuals that draw upon existing tropes of the genre, such as supernatural elements, the haunted house in The Shining, 1980 and 1997, or vampires in Salem's Lot, 1979 and 2004. Imagery showing the abject body or the body in disarray, The Dead Zone, 1983, Children of the Corn, 1984, or the use of a genre-specific visual style, as in Carrie. The connections to horror can also be extra-textual via a director associated with the genre, such as John Carpenter, Christine, 1983, David Cronenberg, The Dead Zone, and Mick Garris, Sleepwalkers, 1992, The Stand, 1994, plus others. Or even the extent to which the adaptations are discussed in magazines specifically devoted to horror, such as Fangoria or The Dark Side. For many of the films, the categorization as horror comes not just from the film itself, but also through marketing that emphasizes an association with King as a horror writer, tying the films to the genre, sometimes regardless of content. Another type of film, such as Stand By Me, 1986, The Running Man, 1987, and The Shawshank Redemption, 1994, is specifically not horror, containing few horror tropes in the content and also shunning any references to King's name in the publicity. These films thus avoid ties to horror through that association. Nevertheless, in light of the sheer number of films and TV programs based on his work, alongside the fact that the majority of these are linked to horror and span a period of more than 40 years, King offers a rich and fascinating case study of one author's work being adapted within or around a single genre and across a variety of media, with differing industrial and cultural contexts over a considerable period of time. The aim of this book is to present such a study in order to examine the relationship that these King adaptations have had to the horror genre, and to assess the impact of these works on the genre in film and on TV since the mid-1970s. For the purposes of my argument, I approach the concept of horror not from a philosophical position. For such an analysis, see, for example, Carroll, 1990, Jankovic, 1992, and Hills, 2005, but rather in genre terms as a series of cinematic, televisual, and literary conventions that together identify an individual piece of work, be it film, book, or TV show, as belonging to the horror genre as it is defined within its respective medium. As James Nairmore has pointed out, a genre not only consists of a series of textual artifacts, but is also a discourse, helping to shape commercial strategies and aesthetic ideologies.